What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to our next deck profile here on the channel. Today we've got Ben here with his Adventure Punk deck, and I'll let him jump right on into the deck profile.
Alright, so here's the Adventure portion of the deck. It's an Adventure Punk, so that's what the majority of the deck would be. I got the 3 Water Enchantress, the Wandering Griffin Rider, 3 Right, Dracoback, and Fateful Adventure. Pretty standard, works really well. It's kind of the core of the deck. You use the token and you use the Griffin Rider you get from these effects to make your synchros and go into your combos. The Punk part of the deck is 2 Xeomin, 1 Foxy Tune, probably go to 2, but I'm only playing 1 right now, 1 Deer Note, and 3 Emergency Teleport. Essentially the main thing is you start teleport into Xeomin, Xeomin gets you Foxy Tune gets you Deer Note, Foxy Tune, synchro into Chaos Ruler, and you get back Xeomin. So that's the combo essentially, but so just a 1 card teleport gets you all that. So that's why that's really good. For another engine I have the 3 Sangan and Arborea engine. So if you open Sangan, it's Scythe Lock, which is why I play it. But just in general, Arborea isn't a dead draw because you usually have links out, so you can summon it for free, and it's a free monster you can use for extending or for synchroing. So there's nothing bricky about it. And Sangan's a Dark, which is nice with Chaos Ruler. You can send it to grave for effects, or you can add it to your hand if you need an extra card to send once you already got your combo going. Another package I have in the deck is the Rose Dragon package. So that's Red Rose, Rox Rose, and Basil Rose Shoot. So this is what you usually summon Alpha Fibrax. You synchro with it, it's Rox Rose gets Rose Shoot. You synchro or link or whatever you want to do, and then Rose Shoot summons 1 back. That gets you another monster to extend your combo. Another card that's really good with everything else is the Magician Souls. So 2 souls and 1 Illusion of Chaos. It's a pretty small package, but it works really well. Nothing's a brick. It works really well with everything else. Adventure package, and you do souls to draw 2 is really good. And it just works really well in the deck. Doesn't hurt anything. Hand traps, I got 3 Valor, 3 Ash, and 3 Imperm. 9 I felt is pretty solid because I'm playing a 41 card deck. So on average, you're almost guaranteed to see one in your first hand for the most part, because 9 out of 40 is about 25% of your deck is hand traps, or a little less. So you should be drawing 1 out of a 5 card hand, 6 card hand, so it works pretty well. And Valor's a light, which is nice off the Chaos Ruler, you can add it. And then Imperm's nice if you are going first, you can still set it, so it still works. So that's why I'm playing the 9. The remainder of the deck is kind of the one-ofs. Destrudo is really good, especially with Chaos End Punisher, Psychic End Punisher. You can make them, you can have your life points and make them 75 for no reason. It's really good. Jet Synchron, another card you can bring out the Hulk. Also, you can send it for cost on stuff. Or you can, if you use it for effect, you can discard a card, and sometimes you need to discard that extra card. Scythe for the Scythe Lock. Fairy Tale Snow. This is a card that's really good to mill off of Shooting Riser or Chaos Ruler. And if you have it in your hand with Adventure Package, you send it, and you got something going on for next turn. The last 2 cards, Called By and Foolish. Both are just really good, generic, good cards. Foolish, you can send either Snow, you can send Jet, you can send Destrudo, you can send Water Enchantress. There's a lot of different cards to send off Foolish, so it works really well in the deck. And then Called By is just a good card. So that's the main deck.
What would you take out for the second Foxy Tune?
So right now, I'm not quite sure. I'd have to think about it a little bit more.
Or would you just add that in and go with 42?
Yeah, you might just add it in and go to 42. A lot of people are playing 45 to 50 in here, so just adding a card to make it 42 would be no problem at all. So I would probably do that. Just because sometimes if you have the Foxy Tune already in your hand, it's kind of awkward when you summon Xeomin, because you don't want to search the Deer Note, you want to summon it off the Foxy Tune. So usually if you have that, you just don't activate the effect of Xeomin if you already have Foxy Tune. So that's the only downside, but it still works pretty well. Side deck wise, my side deck's basically a more generic side deck because our meta is pretty diverse here. So I play a lot of, nothing that targets anything, but just a lot of good generic back row hate and just, you know, monster negates and flooding monsters. So like Nibiru against decks that summon a bunch, like they were playing against, like I was playing against agents. Nibiru is good against agents. Playing like Sword Soul and Despia isn't very good against it because they don't summon that much. So I don't really cite it, but it is good against other decks like Salads or whatever. So I play it. Just Zombie Banshee, I play that just because Flunderies is good, Tri-Brigade's still good, so stuff like that. And you can send the Banshee off of Shooting Riser, or you can mill it off Chaos Ruler, which would be really good. And you can discard it for effects too. Dark Ruler No More, good against Mirror Match, if anybody plays something similar, or, you know, like just Despia and stuff. It just kind of shuts them down a little bit. 3 Twin Twister. That's good against almost every deck, essentially. After game 1, everybody's going to be setting all these good spore traps. So Twin Twister also combos really well with Anti-Spell, which is why I mostly play it. Especially decks like Sky Striker and stuff, where they have to set everything off Anti-Spell, then the end phase you Twin Twister and destroy what they just set. So it leaves them a little more vulnerable. And it's really good against a lot of other decks too, but Anti-Spell is one of the best side deck cards right now. Then the last card is Evenly. Almost everybody should be playing Evenly, every deck. Most decks summon multiple monsters, set multiple spore traps at the end of their first turn, and having Evenly when you're going second just kind of balances the board and forces them to use their negate if they have one. So that's why I play it. And then the extra deck. The extra deck is pretty tight. There's only like one tech card I'm playing right now. Everything else is pretty much you have to play. So Almirage, you have to play that. Anima, you have to play that. And that's for the Hulk Dagger combo. So you do Anima off of Sangan, and that gets you Arborea, and that gets you an Hulk. You use Anima if you summon Hulk and you get Jet Synchron. You use Anima to bring out Dagda. So that's the kind of the core of the Scythe-Lock package. Playing Lina and Dark. Both are super good. Almost everybody's playing Light and Darks in their deck. I play a lot of Light and Darks, so it works really well in here. It's a good link too, very generic. You can get it out just about any way you want. It's also good to summon back your opponents, like if you destroy their access code or you destroy something big like that, you can summon it back. Unicorn, just a way to get into access code, and sometimes I bring it out, but I've never actually used Unicorn's effect. I just essentially just step up in the deep access code.
Using it to link climb.
Using it to link climb, yeah. So this is kind of a tech card I've been playing, and it works pretty well so far. Underworld Goddess. So against decks with a lot of Omni negates or things that are like unaffected by card effects, like Adignisters would be a good choice. Like Adignisters, they bring out the really big guy that's unaffected by card effects and they pass essentially. So all I need to do is summon 4 monsters, which is pretty easy, and I bring out Underworld Goddess, blank their field, usually have a good follow-up, so it works out pretty well. For Synchros, TG Wonder Magician is what you summon off of Hulk to destroy Scythe, and that's how you get your combo going. Shooting Riser, you synchro using, you can use either one of the Rose Dragon monsters, or you can summon like one of the punks in the adventure package token into Riser. That's how you usually summon Riser, is with that. And then Riser sends whatever you need, so it works really well. Chaos Ruler is kind of the core of the deck. Bring that out, mill 5. You're usually going to mill something really good. And then you can summon it back out and use it for Seed Material or Synchro. You can Synchro using Jet Synchron or Valor or whatever you want in the Hot Red, which is really good. Using Chaos Ruler. So Chaos Ruler's effect, mill 5, do whatever, Synchro, link with it. And then you bring it back and you can summon out Hot Red with it. Barone, kind of the gold standard for synchros now. Trying to get out as fast as possible. Best synchro out right now, or second best if you think Second Punisher is better. I think both these cards are probably the two best cards, best synchros right now. They just they win games pretty easily, especially in Psychic and Punisher. It combos really well with Destrudo. It even just Zeman, pay 600, all of a sudden it's unaffected by card effects going into your opponent's turn. If it survives the battle phase, usually you win because gains attack at the beginning of each battle phase. So if you're low or if your opponent's low, it doesn't matter. Just as long as somebody's different life points, he'll gain that difference. And just keep stacking from there.
All right, well, thank you, Ben, for bringing us your Adventure Punk deck. I know it was pretty interesting. If we can get a combo later on, I'll try and get that. Make sure to stay tuned later on this week. I will have some live duels so you can see this deck in action. You'll probably see some combos in there as well. That is all I've got for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell on the way out the door, because all your support is greatly appreciated. Make sure to continue answering the question of the day, because we are doing giveaways here on the channel now, and you want to get entered in on that. That's all I've got for now, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, this is Nate from the Script Academy, signing it for now. Peace out.